Commissioner Werfel, thank you for being here today. I first want to address an issue that has been widely reported last week. A whistleblower came forward with troubling claims about abuses of power. And we are conducting a review of this matter and will go wherever the facts lead us. And I expect full cooperation from the IRS, particularly with regard to ensuring this whistleblower is protected from any retaliation. We value the importance and the role of whistleblowers in ensuring the integrity of our governing institutions, which is why we established an online portal providing IRS employees a direct avenue to provide information regarding any wrongdoing that they may witness or believe to be occurring. Commissioner, while I know you are fairly new on the job, it would be irresponsible not to put you on notice about the various concerns the American people have about your agency. Over the past 2 years, the IRS has leaked private tax information of Americans at the same time the Biden administration was pushing tax increases on those very individuals. Accidentally posted online the private taxpayer information of thousands of retirees. They apologized, they took it down, said it wouldn't happen again, and did the very same thing 4 months later. They destroyed over 30 million tax returns due to the backlog. They tried and then delayed for a year a new paperwork nightmare of gig economy workers under the new 1099K reporting requirements, and promised to release a spin plan for the $80 billion pay raise Democrats gave the agency, only to fail to explain whether low-income taxpayers will be protected from increased audits, and failed to show exactly how many bureaucrats in total you plan to put on the payroll. Repurposed $3.9 billion of the $80 billion to support costly green corporate handouts, and request an additional $43 billion for your agency last month on top of the $80 billion it received last August. Concocted plans to become the tax preparer, the tax filer, and government auditor of the American people. I was surprised that after receiving the greatest windfall in agency history, the president's fiscal year 24 budget requested an additional $43 billion. That's 91% of which is targeted toward enforcement and operations, like further increasing audits on middle-class families. Meanwhile, the IRS cannot tell us in total, beyond the next 2 years, how many people it plans to hire with its new funding. Statements from you and Secretary Yellen make clear that audit rates will rise for Americans earning less than $400,000. The only question left is how fast those rates will rise. When I asked for a plan, I was not looking for assurances. I was looking for concrete proposals of how the Treasury Department and your agency will protect lower and middle income Americans. I look forward to you making good on your commitment from last week to follow up with far more detail about how your agency plans to spend these funds over the next 10 years. Democrats supercharged the IRS with the hopes of raising billions to pay for special interest tax breaks for the wealthy that are now projected to cost 3 times that amount. Now the IRS is dedicating billions to support these green corporate handouts. And it's clear Democrats are all about subsidizing the low-emission lifestyles of the wealthy. It's not only new audits Americans have to worry about. The Inflation Reduction Act includes new reporting requirements for any Venmo or PayPal transaction over $600. Is it really a top priority for tax collectors to know whether someone is selling a used couch or unused concert tickets or paying for their neighbor's kid to mow the lawn? This gives your agency too much power and in effect creates a surveillance network that will invade Americans' privacy and squeeze them out of more of their hard-earned dollars. The IRS has a lot of work to do to repair the trust it has broken with the public over the last decade. I hope we can begin the conversation to do that in today's hearing. And I'm pleased to recognize the gentleman from Massachusetts, Ranking Member Nill, for his opening statement.